Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is April 26, 2025, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 26. We're going to look at verse 14 today. Proverbs 26, verse 14 says this: "A door turns on its hinges, and a slacker on his bed." I want you to think about this for just a minute. Think of an old-fashioned castle. You know, the things you and I think of aren't even close to what King Solomon had, right? Think about the gates to a city or the gates to a castle. Now think about doors in a house. You see, you and I, we take for granted that our doors are on hinges and we can turn a knob and they just swing open, right? But most people, that was a big deal. To cover an entranceway, they had to put something in front of it, and it was heavy and it was cumbersome to move. You didn't just get up in the middle of the night and open the door and walk out to the outhouse. You had to work to get through those doorways. Matter of fact, if you weren't worried about criminals, you probably wouldn't even have a door. You'd just have a curtain so that you didn't have to deal with that. Solomon is talking about a door on hinges and how easily that heavy, cumbersome structure that blocks an entryway is to move out of the way when it's balanced on precision hinges that allows it to move. It's easy, really easy in comparison to having to pick something up and move it, right? A door turns on its hinges. It's easy. It's simple. A heavy job, a hard job is made easy. He says a slacker is the same way in his bed. It is easier for a slacker to do nothing than it is to do the heavy work. You know, I can find myself in that same position. I really can. I find myself with tasks that need to be done, and it's much easier to go do the thing I want to do. Yesterday was an absolutely gorgeous day. It would have been much easier to jump on the motorcycle and go for a ride or take the bike out and wash it. I've got tires that need to be changed on both bikes, so I've got to consider that. I could have taken time working on the car. The car needs an oil change. I could have gotten the tractor out and taken the snowblower off and done all of that. Those would have been things that needed to be done, but I didn't do those. No. I had a embroidery job that needed to get done, and I did get that done, but I had an hour and a half that I could have changed the oil in the car or got the tractor out and gotten that taken care of. I could have checked the tires on both the bikes. I could have done a lot of other things. Instead, I scrolled Facebook. Seriously? A door turns on the hinges. As a door turns on the hinges, so a slacker on his bed. You know, I became slack. I got something done and I said, okay, I'm good. But the reality is I can be a slacker in even more ways. Instead of getting things done that I know needs to get done, I'm tired. I don't need to. I can do that tomorrow. I am really good at procrastinating. It is easy to put it off until later. A heavy burden turns easy on hinges. A slacker is very quick to put something off. I need to start facing the world and the tasks at hand and start getting them done. How about you? I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.